Greetings, wrestling fans, and welcome back to Squared Circle Society Live. I am Flesh Wound Dan, joined as always by producer Todd.
Good evening. How you doing tonight, Dan?
I am doing fantastic. We've got Deathmatch legend JD Horror joining us in just a moment. But first, I believe we've got some breaking news for last tournament on the left. So last tournament on the left coming Saturday, October 11th, 2025. And I do believe we have another announcement for the tournament, Tad.
All right, Dan, I'm going to let you handle it. Here it is. Our next first round matchup. This one's going to be different.
It is going to be different. The Sleepaway Camp ladder match. Beehive ladders and chairs, among other things. This is inspired by the Sleepaway Camp films. Let your mind wander on that one. We're going to be seeing The Body taking on the Party Captain, Guy Cool, in his Deathmatch debut. Can you imagine debuting in a Sleepaway Camp ladder match against The Body? I mean, that's this one is gonna be unique. And holy shit, Sleepaway Camp, The Body. Let your mind wander. This one's gonna get crazy. I have it on good authority, Todd, that there's gonna be a Baldies section.
I am aware of this
for the match.
I am aware. Yeah. Okay. I think we should just leave that alone and move on, because we do have a very special guest tonight.
We do. Deathmatch legend JD Horror. I helped this man.
Oh wait, there we go. There he is.
There we go. JD, how's it going?
What's up, guys?
What's up? Yeah, I think well, not the last time I saw you, but Kruger, I think, still holds a grudge because I held a light tube and you broke it over Kruger's crotch. So he's held a grudge ever since.
He's not using it anyway.
Yeah. That's true. Well, how are you doing, JD? It's good to see you.
I'm doing good, bud. Just working hard on my haunted house. You know, a lot of fucking hours after work every day. Working hard in the gym every fucking day. Getting ready for all the shit I got coming up because I'm going to be a fucking killer.
Yes, 7 other psychopaths that you're going to be dealing with in last tournament on the left. Well, one psychopath. But actually, we got a lot of psychopaths for this show, Todd, that we haven't even announced yet. So, but yeah, you mentioned your haunt, which I think is awesome, Fair Oaks Fright Night. Tell us a little bit about that.
Last year, we had about 3,000 people through. It's about 1,400 square feet, and it's free in my local community. So we just do it for the kids, and it is better than any paid haunt that you can drive to within a 2-hour radius from my house.
That is awesome. And how long have you been doing this? Because I've always wanted to open a haunt, and I've never gotten to that.
It just depends, because I've been doing it a long time, but not at this level. Like since I had the drummer of my band, Hostile Takedown Bill, is my cohort and the foreman of the construction of the haunted house, and he helps me as well as my wife, Giggles. We are the 3 main figureheads of the haunted house, and between all of us, we put in a shit ton of work. But since we got Bill, that's been probably 3 years now. Maybe this is the 4th year of doing it on a large scale. We're building it that much. Last year, we had 24 actors at our highest day.
Oh, wow.
So, yeah, not including animatronics, all the other scenery, everything we have. So this year's theme is Freddy Krueger's. You're walking in Freddy Krueger's face and you're entering a nightmare. So there's going to be weird things that are upside down and plausible things as you enter, and then themes change throughout the haunted house. But the entrance will be based on Freddy Krueger.
Oh, that is super cool. God, Krueger's got to go. If he's not still holding a grudge for that light tube, he's got to go sometime, Todd.
Come on, he's my little brother. He's forgiven me. I got his back.
Yeah, and I do think Kruger ended up winning that tournament too, so there is that.
That is.
I think how much of a grudge he could hold. He's still.
Yeah, you know. So how bitter can he be?
Well, yeah, exactly.
Just me at this point.
I think he's just bitter. You keep bringing it up. That's the only thing he doesn't want to hear.
Yeah.
Maybe I don't want to be front row for
Let's
last.
not. Let's not talk about that anymore. But to correct you, I am not in the tournament of last tournament on the left. I am a non-tournament. To correct the promoter of this tournament,
I fucked up early. I caught myself.
I am a non-tournament.
Yes.
Yes.
He's in action.
I will be issuing an open challenge looking for the craziest motherfucker that there is for a match that I'm not going to say the stipulations yet. I'm going to see who answers it, and I want to see the fucking look on their face when they walk out there and they see what I have in store.
All right. Well, we actually have someone who kind of knew that this open challenge was coming and has been bugging us like every day. So he said he's your friend and that we should bring him on. And
my friend?
You mind if we bring him on?
Oh,
sure. I'm kind of interested to see who it is.
All right. Here you go.
Surprise, surprise, JD.
Little Mikey. Hey, bud. How you doing?
To be honest, I'm not doing quite well. Ever since you stole my Best of the West Coast Championship. And you've been dodging me. You've been dodging me for months.
Bro, you've been sitting at your house. I've been fighting the best fucking deathmatch wrestlers in the world. Who's dodging shit? I'm out there fucking defending that title all around. What have you been doing, little Mikey? You are a little New Japan green boy bitch. You're shaving people's balls and plucking hairs out of their ass at the dojo. I know what you're doing. You're cleaning the floors. You're fucking mopping them up. You're washing people's backs. I know. You're trying to work your way up the ladder, green boy.
That's where you're wrong. I have not just been washing the floors of the dojo. I've been training. I've been training to kick your ass. And I'm issuing you a challenge to get my rematch for the Best of the West Coast Championship because I deserve that rematch.
So I don't know if you joined this interview a little late, bud. And I don't know if you heard what I said, but what I said was that I was going to challenge the craziest motherfucker to the craziest type of match. And you're not really a deathmatch wrestler. Although I'm not in the last tournament of the left, I will be competing in a fucking crazy legendary death match. And I'm telling you, if you really want to step it up, little Mikey, you better eat your Wheaties because you think I beat the shit out of you last time. Man, you have no idea what's in store for you if you want to come to the last tournament on the left, because this is a different era. We wrestled at a family-friendly show, and I did that to you. You bled in front of your mom on Mother's Day. On Mother's Day, I made you cry in front of your own mother on Mother's Day. I went right to her face and I said, "Oh, happy Mother's Day. My mommy's dead. Do you want to be my new mommy?" And I made you bleed and cry, and I started biting you in your face right in front of your mother. That was at a family-friendly show, Mikey. You really want to do this? I don't think you do. I don't think you know what you're getting into here, pal.
That's where you're wrong. That was the old Hex. That Hex had some remorse. That Hex held back a little bit. And you're right. I'm not a deathmatch wrestler. And I don't consider this as a deathmatch because, quite frankly, I'm just going to fucking kill you to get back my West Coast Championship. I'm just going to fucking kill you. I'll bury you in that ring in front of all those losers. I don't give a fuck.
Well, I'm gonna tell you, if you want this match, you say you're gonna kill me, right?
Yes.
If you're gonna kill me, you're gonna have to do it twice. You know why, my friend? The stipulations of the match, I wasn't gonna say it now. I was gonna say it in the fucking ring when some deathmatch legend walked out of that curtain to answer my challenge. But now I see you in your little backyard. You know, is your mom watching this? Is she out there? Is she filming you right now? Can you say hi to her? Did she get my text?
Damn.
Okay, back to what I was getting to. You're gonna have to kill me twice if you want to win this match, because the stipulations of my fucking match is the reanimator death match. And what that means is we're bringing out fucking syringes, we're bringing out fucking saws, and you better watch the movie and do your homework, because a black cat isn't the thing that's unlucky at last tournament of the left. It's gonna be little Mikey.
You're on.
Wait,
you're on.
Can I take this off and drop it, or what should I do? I just buried you. So I'll dig you up and beat you again and kill you again in the ring. I'll do it twice, just like I said. I can bury you here on the mic. I can bury you in the ring. I'll dig you up, and then maybe I'll prop you up, and you can watch it when I take your mom and I start fucking in her ass right in front of your corpse.
Damn.
I'm gonna fucking kill you, JD. I'm gonna fucking bury you. I'm gonna use your head as the trophy.
I'm gonna sever
Bring it,
your
bitch.
head just like the movie and shove it someplace the sun don't shine. And I don't think she's gonna like that either.
This ain't no movie, JD. This ain't no movie. This is real life. In the real
Yeah.
world, you don't come back. There is
And-
no
and this is-
reanimator. There
it's
is
the
no
way-
coming back from the dead. No, once you're dead, you're dead. 1, 2, 3, new West Coast champion.
Okay. Well, we'll see what you have to say then. That was a strong little ending for you. I just said I was gonna sever your fucking head and shove it up your mother's ass after I fucked her, and you said I'm gonna pin you 1, 2, 3. All right, Ultimate Warrior, you better lift some weights because you're looking at a fucking Terminator JD Horror. You see this little boy? You better step up. You better understand what you're getting into. This is a man's game of deathmatch. I'm in there with the fucking Necro Butcher, Masada, world-traveled fucking legends going toe-to-toe all over the world. What have you been doing lately other than wiping up and mopping up Japanese jizz in a fucking bath spa?
I don't know, JD. Why don't you ask Giggles?
Oh man. I would. She's over there actually working on her master's degree, but never mind.
All right. Well,
We can continue. I think that I took care of that pretty well. I think that was pretty decisive. I mean, if this was like a roast battle or some kind of like, I mean, we'll see what happens. We'll see. Let's wait to the Reanimator fucking death match. Hex, aka, like I say, little Mikey, you'll always be my green boy, and I never made you do the things you're doing down there.
Well,
You just had to set up a ring, you know, like.
Yeah, well.
syringes.
okay. I guess he wasn't as much of a friend as he led.
Hot towel.
I guess he wasn't as much of a friend as he led me to believe.
No, he is my friend. I love little Mikey. He's
okay.
my best friend. I love him. Yeah.
Okay. Well,
He is. He just, if he wants to get, it's, sometimes, like, if he's my friend, if he's like a brother to me, he's like my little brother. He's like my little student trainee, whatever you want to be. He was more of Sledge's trainee from Creepshow than mine, but by default, I can shit all over him anytime I want. So he wants to be like a family to me. Sometimes brothers got to fight.
all right.
You're gonna do it in the Reanimator death match,
And I need another mommy.
Fuck.
He wasn't here to say this, but I'll put up the title if he puts up his mom's virgin ass.
Book it, Todd.
We'll see what we can make official.
Reanimator unrated.
There you go.
Repenetrator. That was a thing.
Oh, there
Yeah.
you go. There.
Yeah.
I don't know. Are we
She's
switching it up now?
She's a very nice lady. She's a nice woman. She would be devastated to hear the foul things I've said about her today, but it wouldn't be anything new to her either. So
There you go. There you go. Everybody in the chat's got their most anticipated match, I think, after that one. So, Reanimator death match, guys. It's happening at last tournament on the left.
fans, bring your Reanimator inspired weapons as well.
My mind is racing for this one. This is going to be insane.
Bring that crackhead's shovel from the last time. We can use it.
Oh, yes. There we go.
So JD, you got a busy couple months, I think, coming up, but a busy couple weeks on the horizon. Tell us a little bit about what you've got coming up. I know you've got Primos and
first.
there we go.
So I will be I have a very busy week, not including Primos, because we will be trying out and finalizing and telling our new singer that he's got the job in Hostile Takedown on Thursday before I fly out on Friday to get to the show just in time. I don't care who's in the ring. I land at 5:30 at Denver. The show starts at 7. I'm storming the building, and whoever is in the ring when I get there better fucking run, because I'm going to make a statement going into the tournament. That's all I got to say. And then the next night, when that tournament starts, boys, you better be ready. Boys and gals, whoever, you better fucking bring it, because I'm a former slave to the deathmatch champion. I want another one. I don't know how long I have left in this business, not because it's going to be soon, but when I think about every opportunity that I have going forward and every time I travel, I'm making the most of it. So I'm going out gung-ho, fucking guns a-blazing. When you see me come out of that curtain, it's going to be like you're looking at Bruiser Brody back in the day with a fucking barbed wire bat, and you better fucking run. That's all I got to say. I don't care if it's the fans, the ref, the announcer. When I get to that building, whoever's in that ring, I'm hitting that fucking ring. They better fucking run. I don't care who it is. In the back, on the hallway, on the way out, the ring announcer, the fucking whoever's the timekeeper, the front row, little kid on his way to the restroom, you better fucking run if you're in my way.
I have a question. Speaking of the tournament, is there anyone on the card, talent announce, that you'd like to work with that you haven't got to, haven't got to face?
So the question is, who's going to end up in the finals with me and Kruger? That's the question.
Okay, that's a better question. Let's go that way.
Because straight up, unless they put us together, which they shouldn't do, because we're not going to agree that. We're going to see each other right across the ring in the finals, and we're going to kill every motherfucker in Denver, Colorado, till we stand against each other, covered in blood once again, and we score off again. That's what we're going to do, because that's the creep show way. So what I want to see in the finals, whoever's got the fucking guts. I know that one Neil Diamond Cutter, I'll see him in Arizona. So we'll see if I'll see him before then. We'll see how he does. I know that for the first time, Remington Roar's out there. I know he's a fucking badass, the carnivore. I would love to fucking beat the shit out of that motherfucker. Dmitry Alexandrov, fucking deathmatch Jesus, fuck you. I will crucify you in that ring if you make it to the finals. That's my promise. So I don't care who it is. Joey motherfucking Terrifying, Tyra, the provider, who is also Joey Terrifying. I guess, now he's had a spiritual awakening. Sorry, I called him the wrong name. I called him a former name. Now he's the provider and he's a cult leader. I've always wanted to challenge him. I have always told him 200 light tubes. Bring it on, buddy. Because we've been friends a long time, but we've never spilled blood together. So I look forward to that match as well. There's a lot of good people in the tournament.
Yeah.
So, and you can't sleep on Primos boys, because we beat the shit out of them. Primos boys debut a lot of the time standing across from like me and Necro as a tag team, like that kind of thing. So they're tough. The Butcher Shop is a fucking place where tough people are brought up that can fight and they can fucking go and they can take punishment. Because although I've beat the shit out of a lot of those kids and a lot of them haven't been able to step up to me and fucking kick my ass, they've always wanted it more after that, and they've always came back for more. Those kids are tough. So if you're in the Denver area, you should train at the Butcher Shop with the provider.
All right. El Chewy Gringo says that I hear Neil Diamond Cutter. You did.
Is that Chewy Martinez?
No, that's
that's my boy. Okay, Chewy Martinez is my boy. Okay,
yeah,
I can't see whatever chat you're looking at. So
okay, no, that's fine. No, it's a different. But he was asking. So yes, JD will be facing him for sure at the Arizona Deathmatch Company, Death in the Desert, opening round. What do we got? Wild West Warfare, bull rope, cowbell, barbed wire, and more. All right.
Yep. You better believe I'm putting a fucking cow skull right over my face and fucking running across that ring and goring this motherfucker. I'm going to throw Neil around like a little baby. You're going to see a level of devastation you've never seen. And I love Neil Diamond Cutter. I think he's one of the most legendary deathmatch wrestlers, underrated. I will say that when it's all said and done, Neil Diamond Cutter has had a legendary career. He's going to be one of the top 10 deathmatch wrestlers of all time throughout the entire world. Japan, doesn't matter. So when I stand across the ring from him, I know I have to bring it. I know I'm going to fucking kill him. That's what I got to do. And we've talked about it, and we've had our UEW match way back in the day announced, and he got there too late. His car broke down. Did his car break down? I want to be honest with you. I'm not a conspiracy theorist, but at the height of UEW, I wasn't what I am now. When I was at the height of UEW, when I was the deathmatch champion, that was probably one of the highest runs of my career. I was not the person I am now. I am a fucking different warrior than then. stronger mentally, stronger physically. The difference in heart, stamina, whatever you want to fucking measure, any metric you want to say, is 2015 JD Horror was getting tired and beat up and didn't know that he had Hashimoto's disease and a thyroid condition that required medication, which now that I have that, I'm a fucking beast. So Neil Diamond Cutter was scared last time. His car broke down. I've never heard of his car breaking down to another show. So except for when it was one-on-one with me. So that's it's just stipulation and hearsay on my part, but we'll see what happens in Arizona. I know he's calling it a career this year, and it's been a fucking hell of a career. Like I said, no matter what happens in that ring, I'm going to shake Neil's hand because he is a hell of a fucking warrior and one of the best of all time. I would put him on my top 10.
So we'll be there to see that too. So
yes,
hell yeah,
yes, I'm very excited. That card is absolutely stacked, and Kruger's got a big match coming up.
Yeah. Oh yeah, Kobayashi. Yep. Man, a Haas battle.
Yeah.
I can't understand what neither one of them are fucking saying.
Subtitles, Todd. We'll get Ozzy on that.
That's Kruger. That's not me making Japanese phrases and stuff. That's actually Kruger.
Don't get canceled before.
Yeah. You should know that I don't give a fuck by now, and I will say or do anything. I don't care. Like, I don't care if no one ever booked me for wrestling tomorrow. I'm good. I don't give a fuck. Like, I will ride into the sunset at any point. I don't give a shit. So like, I don't care. Certain people don't like me, don't want to book me, don't like you're friends with these people, whatever. Fuck you. Suck my fucking dick, kiss my ass. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like, I'll say anything. I don't give a shit. And I'm friends with who I'm friends with. I look up to the people I look up to, which a lot of people are the fucking cancel culture people of, you know, like Necro Masada, two of my biggest mentors in the business. So when it comes down to it, I don't give a shit what anybody says, because I learned that from them too. Like, they keep going.
Yeah.
You can stop them for a little bit, but you'll never stop them. And that's me. Like, I posted on social media recently that I have 2 surgeries in December, the 8th and the 16th in my leg. I'll be taking out all of December, all January from bookings, and even lifting weights. So I'm going hard until then, and I'm going to get it back. You know, I'm down to 243 pounds from 297 pounds, when a lot of that was muscle. It's not all fat loss. I was way bigger and beefier at one point when I was hitting it really hard with the powerlifting, but I've realized that I'm training more for fighting than I am for powerlifting now. So I've dropped a lot of pounds, and I'm training to be a killer in the ring, on the mat. I'm considering coming back. When I was 10 years old, I got 2nd in state at freestyle wrestling. And I'm considering, at my 40-year-old ass, eventually thinking about entering open tournament, like legit shoot wrestling. So I'm trying to do what I got to do to get to where I want to be, and where I want to be remains to be seen, because I don't give a shit about the letters of companies. I like to work where my friends work a lot of times. You know, if you see a pattern to where if I get a choice between 2 companies and which booking I take, and it's not so much loyalty to letters, it's so much I like to have a good time with my friends when I go wrestle. I don't like to go hang out with a bunch of fucking assholes. So
makes sense.
When it comes down to it, like, I'd rather take the booking that is funner for me. And I don't care if people don't want to book me. I just don't really give a shit, you know, like, when it comes down to it. Like, I'm coming back to prove a point. Every match I've had since I come back, I feel it's been strong. I don't feel like there's been anything weak since I've came back. That I'm having fun again. You know, I'm wanting to travel. I'm wanting to do this. And when I'm doing, like, when I'm back in the ring now, I'm feeling the way I did, like, before I got sick and before I was over it. I was over it for a while, you know, last couple of years of wrestling, you know. I just was going through the motions, you know. I wasn't lifting weights anymore, you know. That's a big part of it, of wrestling. I don't care what people say. I think lifting weights and being in shape is important. Not so much being skinny or whatever, but like being able to hold your opponent, protect your opponent, is very important in wrestling, you know. So I'm taking it very seriously this last run for me. I'm trying to ascend to a new height. Where that is remains to be seen. But I have friends in different places all throughout the world, on the East Coast, in Europe, and abroad. So when it comes down to it, I'm going to go somewhere. My passport's ready, clean blood tests, jacked. I'm ready to go. So
Yeah, I know you had that killer match with Necro Butcher last month before now. I can't remember. You brought up the shovel guy.
Yeah, I mean the match was good, and it's always fun to wrestle a legend like Necro and get punched in the face 100 times for real. But I was a little distracted for a portion of the match, and that was me. When Necro, the most wild and crazy person of all time. I mean, I put him up there over Bruiser Brody even. Like when at times Necro is a fucking crazy psychopath out there and wild.
I've seen him throw guardrails at you too.
He was the voice of reason.
That's
for me many times. And he kept saying it, and he kept diffusing the situation by saying, I got this to the guy. Like he's going to beat me up. Like it's all good. But motherfucker said, like, we were just brawling, and then I happened to put like my hand against his truck, like supporting myself, like crawling away, after Necro's beating me up, kind of thing. And he said, if you touch my truck, I'll fucking stab you. And I said, let me see your knife, bitch. And so I'm not a de-escalator by any means, I guess. But if someone says I'm going to stab you, I want to see, let me see your knife, because I want to know where that knife is. That's me. I'd rather see the knife than not know where the knife is, or if you have it. If you say you have a knife and you're going to stab me, I want to see the knife so I can take it from you. That's so, or so I know it, or it is at least, so I at least know. So what happened? He said he had a knife, blah blah blah, and I said, "Let me see your knife, bitch." Blah blah blah. And then we go around. He gets the shovel, and at that point, I'm down from Necro. Necro goes around. He's the crowd, firing up the crowd, just being the Necro Butcher. Everyone wants to see the fucking Necro Butcher. Book the fucking Necro Butcher. Stop being bitches all throughout the world. That's what I got to say. But anyways. Necro's being Necro, doing Necro shit. I'm crawling around, and I see the motherfucker's got a shovel. So when I see he's got the shovel now, I'm like, okay, he didn't have a knife, or if he did, he's not going to use it, because why would he have the shovel now, right? So when he's got the shovel, I'm like, okay, he's a tweaker. Maybe he's about the same height as me, but I got a lot of weight and muscle on him. I could definitely fuck this motherfucker up. I know it. Like he has no chance. So, but he's got the shovel. So when I see the shovel, I think the best thing for me is I'm going to rush him as fast as possible. So that's what I do. I rush straight for him when he has a shovel, and the security or whatever, the ref, someone got in between, because I know that he's an idiot. If he goes like this, like a fucking working fucking WWE Tennessee cutoff bullshit with the shovel, he's done. If he swings it like this, I'm just going to eat one to the ribs. He may fucking break a rib or two, but I'm going to hook the shovel, then I take it, and then I'm going to kill him, because now he's assaulted me with a deadly weapon. I'm going for his eye. I'm going for his throat. I'm going to kill him. He's dead. And there's no question. He's done. He's completely done. And I have no remorse. And I might find the knife in the process. But so Necro de-escalated the process because he beat me up, and not to just beat me up over there and say he had it, but then he forced me to go through the bar through the back so I could never see the tweaker again, and go back to the ring and go back to actually having a good death match. So like, I apologize to Necro Butcher and Crimson Crown for my non-professionalism in that manner, but when you're being threatened for your life, I've seen my buddy Gino Rivera get a fucking screwdriver from a fan pulled, right? And that kind of stuff, like it could be real. You see what happened to fucking Bruiser Brody from Invader. That's not a fan, but there's instances of people getting in the ring and trying to do shit. There's people, there's an unpredictable tweaker. I saw his eyes. I knew he was a tweaker. How spun out is he? Is he willing to murder someone right now? He may perceive me touching his truck. Maybe his father died of also a fentanyl overdose, his future as well, but it's his father gave him the truck, and it's all he has, and he'll protect it with his life. You never know. You don't know. So when someone says they have a knife, I'm prepared to fight and know where the knife is. So, but that's enough of that instance. But anyways, that's a shovel for the Reanimator death match. It's that shovel. I'm gonna go back and get it. Actually, I have it already. Don't ask why. Don't ask how I went back and got it, or why you've never seen the tweaker again. But
there we go.
I didn't kill him. I gave him life.
Necro Butcher is an absolute force of nature, and people are crazy not bringing in the Necro Butcher. Maybe
they do it out of fear based. It's fucking lame.
He's might be the toughest guy. Not just in deathmatch wrestling, just wrestling. That dude is.
It's because of the politics is why. And who gives a fuck about your politics? That's something completely different than what we're talking about. So shut the fuck up. I don't care about your religion. I don't care where you want to put your dick. I don't care who you want to marry. I don't care if you want to cut your dick off. I don't give a fuck. Do what you want to do, bro. But let the Necro Butcher wrestle. That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
You know, fair, right?
We had a question for you in Discord that I thought was interesting, and it might be a small list at this point because you've wrestled quite a few of them, but is there a death match that you've always wanted that you haven't gotten as of yet? Is there a dream opponent for you?
Well, I've had death matches with people that haven't been one-on-one that I've wanted one-on-ones, like Masada I've tagged with, and I've wrestled in a 4-way, but I've never had a one-on-one. But at least we've mixed it up enough. And actually, I've King of the Deathmatch 2015, me, Masada, and Necro Butcher, Soul Survivors partying at fucking like 4 a.m. when all the other fucking bitch asses are fucking asleep. We're he's teaching me European chain wrestling by the pool. Those are moments you don't get back. You know, that's why you have to stay up, and no matter how tired you'll be, drink with the legend. I don't let the Necro Butcher go to sleep. Last year in Denver, the fucking sun was up and we had to wrestle and stuff, but I'm not going to let the Necro Butcher fucking drink alone and go to sleep like a bitch, right? Those are hours you can't get back of teaching and knowledge. Like people think about it like, oh, I don't like to party. I like to go to the room. Well, you could be straight edge. You don't have to drink. You could, but just drink a coffee or whatever, drink a water, just stay up with the boys and fucking chill with the boys. Like if the legends want to go to bed, then you go to bed, right? If the legends want to stay up and party, you fucking take care of the legends. That's the way I was brought up. I mean, anyway, you know.
Oh yeah, that's, I mean, I doubt I would last with Necro Butcher partying, but I do my
we have to buy. I always bring a 30-pack, and then and then people always bring beer for the Necro Butcher, and then we always have to get more beer somehow, and then at the hotel we have to get more beer, 3 or 4 or like last year Denver was a house party, so there is no hotel, there's no, like where we left, we both stayed at the same house, so there is no good night, we're going back to our rooms, we got to take an Uber, we're all sleeping there. That means there is no bedtime until the Necro Butcher wants to go sleep. So, in my opinion, that's respect. That's why people like him like me, right? I ain't the best flippy guy out there. I ain't the best fucking Hurricane Rana, whatever, like, you know, but I have respect a lot for the people who paid the way in the death match and in wrestling in general, you know, because I was trained the right way. My trainer, Billy Blade, say what you want about him. You know, he's a controversial figure in California wrestling. He instilled in me values of, you know, I picked up legends from the airport and stuff. I hung out with Gangrel and Rikishi and like people like that. And like, so it's like, I'm, you know, as I joked about Hex about being a young boy, there's an appropriate thing in wrestling to take care of like people who paid the way for you. You know, I'll fucking Necro Butcher ain't paying for a beer with me if we're drinking, you know what I mean? Kind of thing. Like that's the way it should be, you know, that's the way it should be. So
yeah,
just saying. So anyone listening to this, you haven't done it 16 years or less, you owe me a beer.
I'm curious to ask you, JD, with your, of course, your haunted house coming up, which just sounds awesome. Do you have some favorite new horror movies from this year? Is there anything that's really stood out to you?
Bring Her Back was good. I really liked that. I thought that was pretty good. I liked Abduct. Have you seen that? A lot of that's not a lot of people's radar. I can pull up a little list I have going. I track this shit for the Postmortem Show horror movie podcast that we do as well, which we haven't been doing. Dom kind of resigned and has moved on to other things. He's so busy with his music and stuff, but it's just me and Tiffany now. But we just I've been so busy. We're doing it though. We are doing it. We're bringing it back. So that's why I have notes about movies on my phone. So I'm going to tell you movies that I like.
Are you a Rule of Jenny Penn fan? I know that one's big with our show.
I really love anything awkward. I love awkward scenes. Anything that's cringy. Like I love The House That Jack Built. I love Happiness. Happiness. Those are my kind of movies, right? I like anything you watch and you're like, that's an uncomfortable situation. I love the gore and the ripping them up and stuff, but I'm a sucker for like, this is so awkward, right? So there's scenes in Jenny Penn that are like that and are pretty fucking weird, but it was pretty boring to me. I'd say it's kind of a mid, you know, like so I did appreciate that of it, but I really did. I liked Together. A lot of people don't like it.
Oh no, Together was we enjoyed that one.
But a lot of people don't like it because of the romance element of it. Like I really love my wife. Like I kind of understand like the whole like, you know, whatever, you know, eat me or whatever. Spoiler alert. I really like the dark fantasy from this year, A Knight's War, if you want to check that out. Like if you like I don't really particularly care for like the Lord of the Rings, but if you want to see something that's like that, but more horror element, like it's more like the evil side of Magic the Gathering than it is like Lord of the Rings. It's got like a bunch of like demon shit and fucking crazy shit and like murder and like fucking torture and crazy shit going on. But it's like a Knights, like Game of Thrones, kind of like that era. So if you can get past that, even if you don't like the fantasy shit, I'm not one for the fantasy, so much like Lord of the Rings or whatever, but I enjoyed it. It's good.
All right.
Yeah, Death of Snow White, also similar this year. Better. Yeah.
I didn't see that.
It's a smaller one. We got a screener on that one early, and I think it might be on Tubi now. I know it's streaming somewhere, but it's definitely it's different. It's not the Disney Snow White.
Yeah, not from the Winnie the Pooh people. Like it's more fucked up than you would think. That Blood Eagle scene was pretty intense. So yeah, that one, don't let the name dissuade you. That one was very good.
I'm a sucker for a Blood Eagle.
There you go.
Yeah. It catches you off guard in that one. The Ugly Stepsister, did you like that? That had a whole lot of awkward in it.
I haven't watched that one yet.
Oh, okay.
That one's on Shudder.
I got a screen. I feel bad because they gave me a screener and I still never got around to watch. I'm so like, I usually watch so many movies just like you guys, from doing the horror podcast. You have to watch so many. Like we used to review at least 2 movies every week. So I'd have to watch, but I got kind of burned out for a while of that. And I've been focusing on like writing music and weightlifting and stuff. And I really haven't been watching as many movies this year as I should have. So far on my good movies list, I have like 11 movies. That's it.
Okay.
So.
Yeah, it's been a pretty good year. Black Hole's another one that I kind of liked. More sci-fi, but kind of drifts into horror.
Did you guys see The Toxic Avenger yet?
Oh, yeah.
Yes.
Yeah. It's only playing at 10 o'clock here, and that sucks because I'm not going to go at 10 o'clock on a weeknight because I have to get up at 5:45 every morning. So
it's rough. So.
And on the weekend, my clock is already set that way. So I will party late into the night, but when it's called for, but I'm also an old man. I'm 40 years old. So give me that 6 o'clock showing.
Yeah. I tend to after 7, I'd rather not, but
10 o'clock is too late to see a movie in my opinion. I want to be fresh. Like I like to, when I review movies, I don't drink or anything, I just make sure that like I'm just like really present and put my phone away and I watch it and I said, kids, wife, whatever, like I'm watching this movie for a review. Like if it's like a serious, something I know is something I need to see. Like when I watched The Substance last year or something, that kind of stuff. Like I know that this is something important. Right. So I really focus. Like I do watch some bullshit movies I know are going to suck, just throw them on or whatever, like, and eventually review them and say they suck because they do. But like when it's something of value, I do make sure that like, I turn the lights off, I turn the sound system up, I put the phone away and I really focus.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah, and so Fair Oaks Fright Night for Nightmare on Elm Street theme for any of you guys that are just jumping in now. Are we going to see something from one movie in particular? Or is this going to be like a little bit of the whole franchise sprinkled in?
Well, at the beginning, it's just Freddy theme. So there is like, I'm trying to build a TV right now, But the archway is Freddy's face. You have to walk into with a hat. Last year was a scarecrow. I'm a recycler and repurpose, and I used the same hat that was already burlapped and said Fair Oaks Fright Night with lights on it to be Freddy's hat. Took all the shit off the face, redid the face to be Freddy, and then painted the whole entrance and did all that shit. And we have to spoil. None of my local people who are going to go to this are listening to this, so it doesn't matter. Like you will enter the Hall of Slashers, which will be Freddy and Jason, Michael Myers, all the big horror movie shit. And then as it spreads throughout the haunted house, you end up to dolls, blackout hallways, a giant mortuary where we have a real casket. We have a wall of casket samples, like sales samples that I got from a real mortuary, all kinds of shit, like going into hell, and then Art the Clown and shit. Eventually Texas Chainsaw is the end. But that's where we're going this year. So
that sounds amazing.
With way more shit in between that I didn't say because it's too much.
Yeah.
Very, very cool. Do you have like an all-time favorite haunt, maybe growing up? Have you done any like extreme haunts, which something that I personally enjoy?
I haven't went to like Blackout and stuff. I'm really interested in that. I wish I would have. But I've been to all the major haunts or whatever, and I went to like Zombie Joe's and like the like more underground ones. I've been to some underground ones and stuff, but to me, what sticks out the most in my memory, if anyone ever asks that, why I do my haunted house, is when I was a little kid, I went to a house that it wasn't a haunted house, but it was like the guy had, the scare. He was sitting there with the bowl of candy, but then he had his friend, and there's like 3 of them, right? They didn't have a maid or anything, but like they were probably like 30, 40-year-old men just drinking beers, having fun, scaring kids, and the guy had the scarecrow thing. Another guy came out and like jumped at you, and then they had a chainsaw, and it made me like, it flipped my mind when I was a kid. I was like, that was so cool. Like, I want to do that someday. You know what I mean? And I grew up really fucking dirt ass poor, so like I could never have done a haunted house like growing up or whatever, like, living where we lived or whatever. It wasn't feasible, or had been able to do that, but as I became an adult, I became successful and moved out on my own, whatever, found my own way, and they became successful. One of the major things I ever thought would be a benchmark for me would be having the coolest Halloween. Because as a kid, that's what I loved. I love horror movies and stuff. And when it came to the haunt, those people scaring me had a lasting impression. And I thought that was so cool. Like, so when I eventually bought a house, I'm like, okay, that was my first one when we did a haunt. We had like a porch that had like an overhang thing. And we put like some gossamer shit in between, like fucking shit hanging down you to walk through, and like decorations and like a canopy. And the next year it was 2 canopies, right? But we lived in like the ghetto, so it was the first time I bought a house. So like not the ghetto, but like not where we live now. So you couldn't have the space to do what I do now, the lot size or whatever, So it became legendary. Like we were drawing 1,000 kids, by the time we did it for like 3 years at the house. Then we moved to this house. I had the space. We closed escrow on October 11th. We did the haunted house on Halloween. And yes, it was a main priority other than setting up kids' beds or moving things. We moved everything over, but then it was all haunted house. And that time we did like 3 canopies, and I have a bigger overhang porch on this house. And then we did that the next year. We expanded it, and then a little bit more, then like used the whole driveway, which is like a 3-car driveway, covered, complete ceiling, mazed out. And then, okay, now Bill's involved. Now we're going the whole length of the property, which is like through the whole grass. And we did that 2 years, which that's a big deal. It's probably 1,100 square feet, right? Then we decided, well, we're out of space. We got to open up the gate and go in the backyard. So, so then last year, for the first time, we opened the gate. We went in the backyard, built it out, and then came back around. And then this year we did the same. It's the same size, slightly bigger in like into the backyard more than last year, but it's way more mazed out and less rooms. Like we had giant rooms with like decorated like scenes, like wall to wall. Like mine is not walking through canopies and plastic anymore at this point. Right. You're walking through a fucking scene at all times, like set up like walls of like construction. Like my wife puts a lot of hours out there with decorating. She's awesome. Giggles. She fucking does it up. She's in charge of the cemetery, all that kind of area, and she decorates it, makes it like really good, like with detail. So like it's all detailed out through the whole maze. So
it sounds amazing. So definitely curious to see the finished product. I think people are gonna have a blast if you're in the area. So check that out. Did you get to see, not to get ahead of ourselves, Todd, for Wednesday, but did you get out to see Traumatica yet?
Me? No.
Yeah. Oh, okay.
Nope. I saw you guys talking about it earlier, and no, I didn't even know what it was. Saw Kruger bitching about it, or so at least handling it.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. I don't know.
Yeah, he wasn't happy. He didn't get that.
Yeah. We'll talk. Yeah, we're trying not to. I'm trying not to talk about it till Wednesday, but
easier for Wednesday. But
it
goes hard. It goes hard.
It seems like it's.
If it goes hard, I need to watch it then.
It seems like it's not easy to find. Like Dan, has it at every one of his theaters, but everyone else can't find it.
I think it's
So
in Atlanta.
apparently it's a thing in Atlanta, but not here.
Yep.
It takes place in like California too. So it's not playing. Like I can't even find it in any really LA theaters. I found one theater like in the ghetto that has it, so I went and saw it.
Yeah.
And that was the real ghetto, so it wasn't. Yeah. Guy answered his phone in the middle of the. I was like, "What the?"
Oh, I hate
Like,
that.
shut up.
Yeah.
Especially for that movie, that should be like hardcore fans, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, don't do that if you're at a screening with JD. That would not go over well.
No, I will kill you. I will kill you. Fucking kill you.
Do you have all-time favorite horror movies? Like if you
My all-time favorite horror movies?
Yeah.
Well, Reanimator's one of them. Also, you know, just like the match. House That Jack Built, I think, is super fucking underrated.
That's
It's
a good
great.
Yeah. My favorite franchise of all time is Hellraiser. I don't know how to turn this, but that's
I see Pinhead right there.
yeah.
Did you like the last Hellraiser?
I did.
Yeah, see, I've been saying that one a lot. People shit on it for
much better than the couple before it. That's for sure.
Oh,
you can say, because you don't know transgender as your hell priest. Well, if you know the source material, you're a fucking idiot. So you can take your transgender fight elsewhere because it's like that's the source material. Is like the Cenobites have no gender. Yeah. So like, who gives a fuck who plays it? It doesn't matter. Like, Doug Bradley cannot be replaced. Let's be honest.
No.
So she did best, whatever, but I think it was good. The movie was good, and I like the enemy and like where they go from that, like the ending and shit. Like where it's almost like Hellraiser 1 going to 2 at the end.
Yeah,
like Channard. It's like the new Channard kind of thing, you know. So if they are to revisit it, I'm interested to see where they go. But I like those kind of movies like Hellraiser are like my top kind of like crazy. I like Lord of Illusions a lot too, which is a lot of people don't care about. I also like Event Horizon a lot, you know. My wheelhouse, I love the 80s, but the mid 90s is like my total, like when I was growing up. I'm 40 years old, so like I was 10 years old in 95. So growing up, I rented and saw everything before I was born and everything of that time till a certain point. So I saw all this shit in a short amount of time. And I always lean to like Reanimator, Hellraiser, like the ones that have a sexual component too. Like I like some sex horror, you know what I mean? I like not just it. That's like something in horror movies I think that like can terrify people. Like if people aren't comfortable with their sexuality, and that's another way to make them like, you know what I mean, or whatever about the time of what's happening, you know, on the screen. That's another way to disturb people. Like I like extremely disturbing movies. I love a Serbian film, that kind of shit. Like, and people can say what they will. The one thing I would say I don't like is like when they do like melancholy, Durangle, and things like that, like with animal cruelty. Like to be edgelord, like let's film killing real animals. Like that's not. You're fucking lame, dude. I'd beat the shit out of you if I knew you. You know.
Yeah.
So
it's a shame Serjan, the director, has not been able to get anything else made, which is too bad. I mean, shit, that movie's 15 years old now.
Which movie?
A Serbian film.
Like Serbian film, yeah.
He hasn't been able to get anything else made, which is just so tragic to me because I think it's a very good movie.
Well, my buddy Steven Byros putting out a Serbian documentary, so that's going to be good.
It's getting closer. I know it's finally getting its premiere, I think next month.
Yeah,
I know it's so hopefully soon we'll be able to see it.
Steven is awesome. A Profane Exhibit finally coming out last year, I believe. Waited forever for that. Unearthed Films in general does not get enough credit, and they're not just doing extreme horror movies. They're putting out stuff like Full Body Massage and you know, just some really good shit.
Yeah, they were really kind to Postmortem and have given us a lot of screeners and shit. So like we're very big fan of Unearthed Films. So I really like them.
Yeah, we are too. Go ahead, Dan. I know you always like to throw it out there. Have you seen Christmas Cruelty? Nope. I'll do it for you, Dan.
No.
Oh well, that's when Unearthed put out. We're heavily featured in the behind the scenes. We're friends with the directors.
Is that a new one?
No, it's what, probably about 10 years old now.
Oh,
Blu-ray's
yeah.
only a couple of years old, but
I mean, I
Oh,
guess
it's a
new to
Norwegian.
American audiences.
It's a
kind of.
Norwegian Christmas horror, and it's fucked up. You'll
Is that-
enjoy it.
Is that the one with the fucking a bunch of like Santa dicks? What is that movie? Is that movie? Bunch of
No.
fucking or elves running around with their dicks out. What the fuck is that?
What is
It's
No,
Norwegian.
not that one.
That's rare.
Oh,
rare,
yeah.
rare exports. Rare
Yeah.
exports.
yeah,
Yeah.
no.
I was just thinking about like European like Christmas movies. I'm
No,
like,
this is-
why am I thinking about elf dicks?
This
It
is a
has
mo-
one of the most fucked up first 5 or 10 minutes that
Yeah,
you'll see in a movie.
it's a low budget. Yeah, Rare Exports is a much higher budget picture. This is more, this feels like something Unearth would put out. It's perfect for their brand, and definitely one. Watch it this Christmas. You'll have fun with it.
Have you guys seen Atroz?
Oh
Yes.
yes. I know
Or
that's
Atroz, yeah. Have you seen Trauma, but not the Dario Argento, the other Trauma, the good one?
The Chilean.
Yes, the
love
Chilean one.
Trauma.
That
Yeah.
those are my
that
kind of
one's awesome.
those are my kind of movies. Like that's my kind of shit.
Yeah.
I love that. I do like more mainstream horror. There are good, like I really liked Final Destination Bloodlines. I'll just say it's a good popcorn horror movie. I knew exactly what I was gonna get. I didn't care. I just turned my brain off and just sat there and enjoyed it like this. I was just a simpleton, for a day with my horror, and I enjoyed it,
And
That's
that's fun too. I mean, not everything has to be.
I mean, Tony
Yeah.
Todd's Goodbye. I mean, my God,
Yeah.
I'm not a crier, but I was close. That was rough. But
Yeah, I actually that was really moving too. Yeah, because you knew it was what he was doing. He was saying bye to the audience.
No
You know,
script.
Yeah.
No script.
and it's so cool that they did that for him and put that in the movie. And made sure that was I don't know if they came up with that idea or he came up with that idea, but man, that's that. It might have brought the movie up a whole rating point.
Yeah, no, I agree.
Straight up, like the way it made me feel after I watched the movie, like it really in my emotion of it, I think it really made me like it more, probably.
Yeah,
And it's important.
Oh, absolutely, and it did killer box office numbers, which is great.
Yeah,
I mean, Candyman for me is like it's just a perfect pure horror movie.
That's my kind of shit. It's like ultra gruesome, realistic kind of. I fucking hate CG fucking bullshit. I want plastic fucking monster suits, real blood, real guts. Anytime I see anything that looks like a video game, I'm out. I'm fucking out. I hate it, especially when they do gunshots and lazy shit like that. Obviously, right? Low budget shit. But when it comes to our major horror movies, we need to usher in the era of practical effects better, because I'm not scared of something that's not tangibly there. I will never feel emotion about it. When I see something that I know it's not real, I don't care. I just sit there and go, oh, fuck. Well, I guess I'll eat some more popcorn or check my phone if I'm at home or whatever. This sucks. I mean, like it just really takes me out of it. I think that in the 80s and 90s, horror movies were better than they are today by far.
Oh, yeah.
And not because of the writing and shit like that, because a lot of them were fucking stupid, but just because there's practical effects.
Yeah.
And like I think I'm to the point where I'm just used to CGI being there, but it was actually I showed my kid the 90 Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and it was just watching him grasp that everything he saw was like happening on the screen.
Yeah, it's so much better.
And it made it so much better for him. It was like so it's like I get like I didn't really like for their generation, the younger one, like I don't get that it doesn't, but when they see it real, it's just better.
Yeah.
And if
they can't explain it,
because it was like there were so many questions that I was like, no, that's real fire. That's not really there.
That's why we got to put our money with our where our mouth is when it comes to horror. And when we hear, I heard a lot of shit about movies last year. This is practical effects, like The Substance and shit. Right. Man, makes me want to support it so much. So much more. You really got to try.
Yeah,
Damien
people have to
Leone
look overseas.
Of course,
people have to look overseas. There's When Evil Lurks.
When Evil Lurks is awesome. I fucking love that movie. That was great.
Sequels in production. I don't know that I want it, just because that movie was so perfect. But I have faith in the director. He also did Terrified, which is another great movie. So
I got two for you guys that I want to ask you about. Two different movies from last year that were two of my highest rated movies of the year that people are so polarized on.
All right.
Because I love them, because I love awkward. Did you guys see an Indian movie called Shaitan?
Yes, I did. I love Shaitan.
I fucking love that movie.
Yeah.
I love it. And it gets really fucking stupid. Don't get me wrong. It gets really like Indiana, it gets fucking stupid with the music, all that shit at the end. But the whole concept at the beginning and what from the first act, the first and second act are perfect. Perfect. And the third act gets wacky, but the first and second act are perfect. I love that.
Very uncomfortable too. I mean, it's not graphic per se.
No, uncomfortable. I'm a parent. It's uncomfortable. It's like it gets under your skin. It makes me feel awkward. Anything that makes me feel like, oh man, I would not want to be in that situation, and I actually feel that way. I don't feel that way when someone's chainsaw somebody in the vagina. I don't feel that way because I can't relate to that situation as a human being because I've been cut by many things, but I've never been killed, right? Like, so the horror of being killed, take that away, right? But like the horror of like bad, horrible things happening to your family and like you having to make questionable decisions and be put in places where people are looking at you and thinking you're fucking I also liked 13. Did you see that? Where he has to go do a bunch of shit. That was a while back, but it's a remake of he has to go but do a bunch of bad deeds for money and shit, and it exposes him to people he knows as being like a horrible person. It makes me feel a bad way. But back to last year, what was the other one? The Coffee Table.
Oh,
that was some people I respect their opinion that have said you have to watch this. This is my number. I think it was my number 2 or number 3 movie of last year. I'll pull it up, but I said, what the fuck? The suspense of it. I was just so at the edge of my seat. Like, when is it going to happen? You knew it was going to happen, and it's just so fucked up. I like that kind of shit. That's my kind of favorite things to watch.
Yeah, Shaitan, by the way, guys, is on Netflix now, so that you have no excuse. Like, watch that one. The people that have seen it all love it. It's just it's an Indian film and it doesn't get the attention that it deserves. I got to see it in the theater, and
don't worry about fucking subtitles, man. Other than Terrifier 3, all my favorite movies from last year were fucking from another language.
Yeah, lots of great stuff coming out of Turkey, Indonesia. I mean, there's that. Yeah, you miss so much if you don't.
Yeah, Coffee Tables on Tubi also, but. Okay. I would say my number 1 last year was Terrifier 3, obviously. Like, what are we doing here? But my number 2 last year was Red Rooms. Red Rooms is a fine film. It's one of the most well-made films I've ever seen, and probably one of my top 25 movies of all time. I am so all about Red Rooms with my true crime horror story research as being a podcaster who delves into the minds of the psyche of very disturbed killers and all this kind of thing. It really fucked me up. It really did. Red Rooms is, man, if you guys haven't seen Red Rooms yet, you gotta watch it.
That's another one. I mean, it's not gory. It's not like what I would call an extreme horror film, but it is so upsetting
mentally.
Oh yeah, it fucks with you. And the lead character in that, so complex. I think that one is an all-time classic. I agree.
And the combination of making you feel something like that does, plus making you see something like Terrifier 3 makes you see horrible gore, but it also is very fucked up at times. Like, oh my God, this is fucked up, right? That's why Terrifier 3 is the best movie of last year, because it's both. It's the gore, it's the horror, it's everything we need. It's an iconic character in Art the Clown. Plus, it's also the awkward, fucked up, like family dynamics. Like, look at your fucking corpse to your family. Like, fucked up shit happening. Very, very fucked up. Like, the opening of Terrifier 3 is pretty fucked up. The hacking of the kids and shit. Like, so I just think that, like, when I get that combo of the awkward and the gore, that's my wheelhouse. And a lot of tits. I would need tits too.
I was gonna ask you about that. What do you think about them pushing out on the tits in Terrifier 3?
I think it's a little weak, but I think he did it because all the people coming at him saying like, you're a misogynist. Like, people were coming at Damien Leone like in a cancel culture at some point because he fucked a woman with the chainsaw. So he fucked a guy in the ass with the chainsaw and showed a dick. I'm okay with it. Like,
my problem with it was that they needed that tit shot for the establishing shot before they got all fucked up.
Sure.
You need
And
the real first.
it would
That was-
maybe it would have made it a little bit better, but you got to pick your battles. That's almost
I get
perfect
that,
movie.
but that
So,
stood out watching it. That was the one
Yeah.
thing.
sure.
But
Sure.
yeah, no, I loved it. That's just one thing I had to get your take on it.
And I will say too, like I'm pro Dixon horror because like Sleepaway Camp, very important scene, right? Like, and it's awkward. Like you're taught in watching movies, like, oh, women always show their boobs. That's fine, but like seeing like a dick and balls is very jarring to a lot of people on mainstream cinema. So when you see like a dick get cut off or balls get cut off or something crazy happen like that, it's on another level than like. Unfortunately, a lot of it is man on woman violence in the horror movies, right? Like that's what you see, right? So when you see like a dude get like demasculated, like I would put it a great one would be Maxine. That scene in Maxine,
Oh yeah.
where that's amazing and it's jarring and stuff because she's like stomping out his dick and balls and ripping it, and like it's disgusting, right? And it's like visceral, but you would have not had that same reaction if a guy cut up a woman's nipple in the alley. It wouldn't have got to you. Even if he stabbed a woman inside of the vagina with a knife, you would not have had the same reaction, and it wouldn't have been as gross and visceral to you as seeing the dick and balls like get twisted and cut off like that and stomped and all the crazy shit that happens because they don't show that, you know?
Yeah.
They don't show that. So like whatever, like I'm an equal opportunist when it comes to horror nudity because I do like a good castration scene.
Hex is very nervous right now.
I think honestly, you could see it on his face. Like he joined the call and he knew as soon as I started talking back to him, you could see it in his eyes, man. You could see the fear in his eyes. And this isn't wrestling. This is real life. This is a real life fear. This transcends wrestling. Hex knows what I'm going to do to him at your show. He knows it in his heart. And he wants that belt. He's like the fucking Gollum, right? He wants the fucking belt so bad that he'll let me beat the fuck out of him and torture him, stab him with needles, cut him with saws, hit him with a fucking shovel. Who knows what else we're going to do? Like he will go through all that for a chance at my Best of the West Coast Championship. You know, he's not getting it back. Just the fact that he does it makes me respect him a little bit more. Maybe he isn't the fucking jizz mopper upper I thought he was, but he still is actually. But in addition, I think he's going to transcend from that. I think that you're going to see, like when I'm gone, I think Hex is going to be someone that a lot of people slept on. You're going to see when I'm gone, the lessons I teach this motherfucker, he's going to be much better when he comes through on the other side. That's all I got to say. Because the beating I'm going to give him is going to be the kind of shit that makes you a man. He may never wrestle again, but if he does, he will be better on the other side, and he will be a warrior like me. So, and that's what I was taught from those before me.
Well, we'll talk to the rest of the team, and hopefully we'll have an official announcement this Wednesday at the top of Flesh Wound Horror.
Yes,
but yeah,
I'm willing to put the belt up. I don't give a shit.
Okay, the belt's on the line too.
There we go.
Put the belt on the line. I don't give a shit because when it comes down to it, if he beats me, he can have the belt. But if he is able to beat me for some reason and have the belt, he will still never wrestle again. So what's the point? What is the point at the end of the day? Like your ability to live a normal life over a indie title, like he will never live a normal life again after this match. He won't be able to feed his family. I know what he does for a living. He won't be able to do that anymore. So I hope he's paid into his unemployment and his social security, his disability. I hope he's got all the insurances he needs. I'm probably going to call all the life insurance and health insurance major providers just to make sure he's not going to put in right away before this match, just so he can be denied on the back end. Cause I'm such a dick like that. So even when he's in the hospital, I don't want him to have medical care. So what I say is that even if he's able to somehow beat me for the title, it won't matter in the end because his mother's ass is also on the line. And when it comes down to it, what's worse? Can't come after my mama because she's dead. That's why I'm in the market.
This is the most fucked up match that Vince Russo never booked on a pole. Just never happened.
I will bring my mother's ashes. If his mother can show up, I will bring my mother's ashes too. And I'll put my mother's ashes and the title on the line if he puts his mom on the line. That's all I need. She lives like 4 hours away. I don't know if she can make the trip. She's elderly. She's pretty poor too. I don't think she has a car. Like maybe she can take the bus and, have a couple layovers or something. Or maybe actually, I think what I'm going to do. Wait, I'm going to text her. I'm going to see if she needs a ride because I'm going to give her two different types of rides.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to text her and I'll say, you know what? You can come with me in Giggles. She'll get you ready for me. And when we get there, I'm going to show you. I ain't your son. I'm your daddy, just like Hex.
Ooh.
I'm his daddy too.
Well, I expect all you guys in the chat to get your tickets now to our very not family-friendly last tournament on the left.
Don't call it that if you want it to be family-friendly. I'm trying to bring the fucking last house on the left shit.
We're not going to stop you from bringing the family. So there you go.
Yes, so the ticket link is
you shouldn't. At least make him leave before my match, please.
There you go.
So, thank you guys.
All right.
Thank you so much, JD.
Would you stick around? I got a question for you off air about the match.
Sure. And I want to put up before we disconnect here, I want to say that follow at JDH138. That's my socials. Follow True Crime Horror Story. 1.5 million downloads. Can't be wrong. The most goriest and crazy and brutal true crime podcast of all time, hosted by me, written by me, produced by me. So follow that. Follow the Postmortem Show Horror Movie Podcast. We're coming back. We're coming back someday. I still got the banner up. See, we're coming back. And Fleshwind Futures, maybe someday. You guys, you want to have me on again? Maybe we can talk some horror, not some wrestling, because when it comes to talking about wrestling, I got this much like effort, but when it talks about coming about horror movies, I got a lot more for you. So
anytime.
All right. And again, you can catch JD Horror this weekend. Slave to the Deathmatch Tournament 16, and it's
2 trophies.
Oh, 2 trophies. It's streaming on Triller TV if you can't make it out there. So that's all. We'll be catching up on it.
Oh yeah.
And then Death in the Desert, that'll be that's actually after ours, October 18th, and you'll be able to see
Arizona.
JD Horror
be there
with us at the last tournament on the left, October 11th, and ticket link is in the chat, and definitely grab them.
If you buy a ticket to that, you will see some shit that you can't unsee. I guarantee that. If Hex actually decides that he wants to do this, if he really, really wants to do this, that is not good for the world. Not just for him. Like the things that people will see that night are things that they can't unsee. And when we talk about horror, you guys are trying to bring a horror movies to fucking deathmatch wrestling. I love that. I love what you guys are trying to do. So I'm going to do that for you. I guarantee my match will be the most horrific match on the entire card. So get your fucking tickets now. There will be blood.
Hell yeah, guys. Fleshwindfeatures.com. Grab those tickets. And JD, once again, thank you so much. Good night, guys.
All right, man. Thank you, guys.
All right, money's on the dresser. Good night.